What up? What up? Top of the top. Y'all already know. I see the bros in here early this morning. What's popping? What's cracking? What's good? Shout out to everybody that's up this morning. It's been a long week. And y'all know I don't hold no punches. I had the demons on my head all week. This has not been one of my best weeks. But other than that, y'all already know I'm going to pull up and do what I do. And it's been a long week, but we made it through it, and it's Friday. Happy to see y'all. Thanks for all the supporters. Thanks for everybody that's been supporting me and also supporting my brother P. And we're going to get into it today. And I'm going to go into a few topics which I already know. But I want to give some more insight on what's going on because things are starting to take a turn and the times are changing right in our face. So I'm going to let y'all pull up. Good morning, Miss Jones, ASAP Auto, my boy Alan from the UK, ABG, BK all day, because that's how we do, and we already know that anybody get it. So that's how I go. Yeah, we're going to chop it up today. We're going to get into some things, as you already know how I do. And this is the For No Fame Live episode 103. And I'm going to be talking about DaBABY and that cat fight that took place yesterday. That fight that was supposed to be a man getting jumped. A situation where an individual was supposed to got beat up. But in my opinion, I seen females fight harder than that. And I also seen a man get up after getting beat up and he walked away. So I'm going to be talking about DaBABY fight and how, in my opinion, it was a publicity stunt for him. I'm not saying they didn't put hands and feet on that man for real, but I'm saying DaBABY had to pull a stunt. And I'm going to get into that. And this is my opinion. I'm also going to be talking about how BOBBYSHMURDA has been complaining and whining about how, you know, his record label won't let him go. And it sounded to me like he asked for master to set him free. And I'm going to be talking about that and also how some people don't understand what a contract is. All artists mental, what's up? LaVon, I see y'all. Y'all know I'm going to get to y'all. Cherie, I'm going to get to all of y'all later. Y'all already know. But I'm going to be talking about how some people don't understand what a contract is. And they don't understand that a contract is a form of bondage. But anyway, I'm going to also be talking about the former NFL football star who got arrested with $120,000 worth of drugs. Because it seemed to me like a lot of people trying to get their hustle on in these last days. I'm going to be touching on the 3,000 New York City workers that got 1 day to get vaxxed or they will be fired. And I'm also going to be talking about how the so-called Biden administration, they're doubling back. And thanks to social media, a lot of y'all made them change their mind about putting out that money for them pipes. So they don't want to put no money into them crack pipes no more, allegedly. And they made a statement saying how basically they're copping a plea. And those are the main things. I'm going to be talking about some other things you already know, but I'm going to be talking about that first. So once again, y'all ready? We about to go. Let's get it. Boom. DaBABY. Now we see this dude was trending all day yesterday for some more nonsense. We know every time we see DaBABY trending, it's a fight. It's some type of shenanigans. But my point is this. Y'all know I already told you these rappers are going to do whatever they got to do to keep their name trending. These celebrities will do whatever to keep their name trending. And to prove it to you, we see DaBABY was quiet. We see a lot of celebrities have been very quiet. And what happened this whole week, or should we say what happened the whole Black History Month, a lot of these rappers have been trending. Not for no music, not because they just dropped a hot song, not because, you know, you like the new album they put out, but you've been seeing a lot of nonsense trending for Black History Month. And y'all already know I said this, but sometimes new people pull up, and we're going to go through this day by day so I can prove to you what I be talking about. Now, I'm going to get into this whole DaBABY situation because it's very, very simple. It's very, very simple. You just got to pay attention. Don't get caught up in the smoke. What's up, Rondell? Good morning. John Shaft, what up? The ... I see you. We're going to get into this DaBABY situation because he's a grown man that calls himself DaBABY. Therefore, his whole job is to show childish behavior. But I'm going to break this situation down real quick. And y'all saw the fight, and I'm going to say it again. I seen females fight harder than that. I seen a lot of head grabbing. I seen a lot of soft activity. I seen a man get up at the end and walk away like he still wanted to smoke with them while they was running out the bowling alley. That's what I saw. But besides all that, in my opinion, it was a publicity stunt for DaBABY. And he had to find a victim. He had to find somebody to do something to get his name trending. Yeah, I know about the back and forth baby mama drama, but you got to understand that baby mama drama was also publicity stunt to keep his name going when that happened. And DaBABY is a rapper that came out in a pandemic because I told y'all it's a certain amount of rappers that was successful in the pandemic, and now they're starting to fall. When you heard all these baby songs, was you not on lockdown? Was you not getting in your car, in your crib, everywhere you was at, you heard this man on the radio? Harder than ever. Him, Roddy Ricch, a few others. Quando Rondo, y'all know who I'm talking about. I call them the pandemic rappers now because they blew up in the pandemic. But now the pandemic is starting to shift. They're not the same as when they first came out because remember, these are the rappers that are in the microwave era. These are microwave rappers. They get real hot. But after that, they can't drop no more good music. So I'm going to get into this DaBABY situation. Y'all follow me on this because y'all going to feel me where I'm going with it. Boom. Now, y'all remember a couple months ago, DaBABY was under fire. He was under fire by the Rainbow Gang. Y'all know the LBGTQ. Remember when he said what he said about, you know what I'm saying, he don't agree with certain things, and they got on his neck and they shut him down from doing concerts. And then after that, he got humble. He calmed himself down. He started apologizing. And his career was at a little standstill for a little second. But this is my point right here. See, a lot of people don't know DaBABY has tried to come back out in January 19th. He started dropping new material this year. But the problem is the music he was dropping, the fans wasn't feeling him like that. And also before that, the fans was already trying to say how all his music sounded like, how all his rap flows, all his songs sound exactly the same. He was already being critiqued and ridiculed. He was going down the gut a little bit. So he's seen a perfect opportunity to bang on his baby mother's brother, and he did it. And now he's trending again. Because y'all don't understand how some people know how to finesse social media to keep their name popping, whether it's good or bad. You're going to talk about them because a couple weeks ago, you was just talking about the drill. That's why I told y'all the drill rappers are falling, and you're starting to see the commercial pop rappers, they starting to come back out. I gotta walk y'all through this to show y'all what I'm talking about. What up, Lil Mario? What up? I see y'all. Diz, what up, my boy? Day ones. So check this out. Boom. Now this, I had to do my homework, so I went back to an article, you know what I'm saying, from January. And this is from Hot New Hip Hop. That's the website, right? Now DaBABY dropped a song called Book It, which I guess I think it's playing right now. Whatever. I'm gonna show y'all something. And in this particular article, it said that DaBABY is apparently hoping to turn a new leaf in 2022, following the slew of controversy attached to his name in the later half of 2021. He's continued to push new music out at a rapid pace. However, even his fans haven't necessarily embraced his latest and his little to do with controversial comments. Meaning, this is my point. Let me clarify this. This particular article is telling you how he was dropping new music all year, but his fans have not been feeling his music because he was trying to do other things. He switched up from his production. And I told you, people say he was sounding repetitive, like he had the same flow in every song. And it also saying that his fans, they was not embracing his latest releases. And it also saying that this don't have nothing to do with the controversy that he stirred up with the Rainbow Gang. You know, we know he fell from the LGBTQ. He apologized, they forgave him, but right after that, he started dropping new music, and his fans was not feeling his new music, so he started declining. You feel me? So, and they said, according to this article, mind you, this is last month. They said in the past few days, DaBABY released a few new tracks, which have shown him experimenting outside of his usual production choices. See, he was trying to do new things, be a little bit more pop, but it wasn't working. So what he did was he went back and tried to drop something gangster, something tough, and it was called Book It. In this song called Book It, I'm also going to show you how he was snitching in the song. And I'm going to show you exactly what he said in this song is exactly what you heard Joe and them talking about last week. You heard about all over the country. They've been talking about what? The fully automatic handguns with the switch on the back. They've been campaigning that the past couple of weeks. And y'all know about how Moneybag Joe pulled up to New York City, met up with the mayor, and they had discussions about the gun crimes and how a lot of new money is funded into anti-gun units. But little did people know the Lil Baby had already snitched in his song about the switches that's on the back of the gun that makes them fully automatic. Now, check this out. In this particular verse from the song called Book It, now mind you, that he did the song Book It. He dropped the beginning of the year. He realized the fans wasn't feeling him. So then he dropped Book It and he started talking back gangster again. But when he started getting back gangster, he started snitching in the verse. And this is what he said in his verse. He said, we have burners with switches on it. I turned this bitch to a fully. You like to comment on pictures, Holmes. I hope you don't think you a bully. Y'all know his flow. But the key thing he said, we have burners with switches on them. The switch is what they put on the back of the gun to make it fully automatic. Y'all heard about how people are making them on 3D Xerox machines. Y'all know these guns have been responsible for a lot of deaths in Chicago, New York, and all over because they turning Glocks into fully automatics with the switches on it. But a lot of people didn't know he already rapped about it in his verse last month, and he helped make everybody hot. He made the situation hot because he got on national radio. Keep in mind, once he realized his other style wasn't working, he went to gangster rap again. And in the gangster rap, in this particular verse called Book It, he actually self-snitched. He told on all the gangsters, and he said about how there's a such thing as fully automatics with switches on it. Or should I say, he could turn a gun into a fully automatic with a switch on the back. So I'm going to say it again. He said, we having burners with switches on it. I turned this bitch to a fully, meaning a fully automatic. You like to comment on pictures, Holmes. I hope you don't think you a bully. So when he said that, he started getting a little lit again. But little did he know, he was making that whole situation hot. Because I just told you the whole week, they've been campaigning against fully automatic handguns with switches on the back. Regular handguns, when you put the switch on it, it turns to a fully automatic. But he sat here and told it word for word in the song. He also promoted it. And remember, I told y'all how as long as the drill was winning, people like DaBABY couldn't really eat like that. With that popcorn flow, with that bouncy flow, they started declining. So what he did was incorporate some of the drill bars in his verse. Because we know the drill rappers deal with the switches and all of that. The gangs deal with the you know what I'm saying, with the fully automatic handguns. And Lil Baby, he knew what he was doing when he said this part in his rap. So once he put that in his rap about how he gonna turn his handgun into a fully automatic, he started trying to come back down that gangster lane. And this was in his song called Book It. And mind you, this still came out last month. And people still wasn't really feeling him like that. So yesterday or the other day, whatever day it was, we see he was trending yesterday for the scrap out in a bowling alley. Now let's rewind. This the same dude that came in the game and started buzzing off what? Allegedly killing a man in the Walmart, which was also part of his publicity stunt, because that's how you started paying attention to who what DaBABY was. It was the shooting in Walmart that you paid attention to before his music. So that was already his gimmick in play. Then you also seen another shenanigans where he so-called beat up that dude. I think it was in the Gucci store, the Louis store, where he so-called beat that dude up. And that same man he beat up actually got on camera after that and said how they planned that whole thing. And y'all understand that some people will take an ass whipping for the right price. It happens in boxing all the time. My point is this. We see DaBABY is trending now heavy, but he wasn't trending last month when he dropped his music. He was not trending at all. But now we see he back trending. So that's what I'm trying to show y'all, how these dudes will do anything to start trending again. And then, you know, sometimes we run out of content. We get bored and we cover these stories. Or sometimes we just trying to inform the people. But what a lot of people don't understand is this is a recipe they put together behind the scenes, and then they put it into play. And now that he's back trending again, people are going to go back to listening to his music, and he's going to start dropping new music again. That's how this thing works, because people like DaBABY, they got big bags from the corporation, and I told y'all the contracts got to be fulfilled, money got to be made, and they got to do whatever they got to do to move those units and get those streams. They will do whatever. They'll slap their mama if it's going to create a trend. Did we not hear about Jim Jones talking about how his mother taught him how to kiss in the mouth? But a lot of y'all didn't understand that was just for him to start trending. They're going to say whatever and do whatever. That's just what they do. But the whole situation with DaBABY, now let's look at the fight. Out of all them dudes, did that not look like a sissy fight? Did that man, after all that scrapping and sliding, did that man not get back up with his shirt off like he was following, like he still wanted smoke? Ain't nobody get knocked out. Ain't nobody get their head stomped in, none of that. But you did see individuals acting like animals in a bowling alley. Once again, put that on hip hop, put that on rap. How they savages, they don't know how to act. You can't have nothing without them. And I'm pretty sure it was kids in that bowling alley. I'm pretty sure it was. But my point is this. He could have saw that man outside in the parking lot. He could have caught that man on any type of time. But he caught him in a bowling alley because it had more publicity to it. Y'all don't get it. You seen a cat fight. I know for a fact you seen females fight harder than that. I know for a fact y'all did. Then on top of that, they jumped him and they still didn't really fade that man. So my point is this. These are the same dudes. Just when you do your research, you'll see all these dudes are signed to major labels. They're not independent. See, it's the dudes signed to the major labels that got to pull all the shenanigans. You see the independent artists, they just drop their music. Like a lot of those drill rappers, they was dropping their videos and they was doing 10 million, 12 million views in a couple days. See, these celebrity rappers, they got to do a whole bunch of extra stuff because they was taught that all publicity is good publicity. Well, if that's the case, we see the drill rappers getting a lot of bad publicity and we see them being shut down. So I'm telling you, in my opinion, what's going on right in your face. You're watching the industry shift. You're watching a whole industry shift back to where it started from, meaning it's going back to the powers that be. And they shutting down all independents. They shutting down all the people that think they're going to come up. They shutting all that down. And I already told y'all months ago, there will never be another Puffy, another Jay-Z, another 50 Cent. None of these rappers you see will ever make it to that level. That's my opinion. Mike Flame, thanks for the donation, bro. I appreciate you. There will never be another hip-hop mogul or rap mogul. They can rap and sing, dance, do whatever they want to do, but there will never be another Jay-Z, another Puffy, and another 50. I will say it again. That's the thing you have to understand. That's why this is the official microwave era. They're going to be hot. They're going to drop their little songs, but after that, they get disposed of. So in my opinion, DaBABY pulled the shenanigan. And he's back trending again. So whatever he did, it's working. I give him that. But what y'all don't understand is he dropped the album last month and he was flopping. And this was after the fact he got shut down by the Rainbow Gang and copped a plea. He dropped the album, was flopping, losing his fan base. Dropped the song, snitching, talking about the handguns that you could turn into fully automatics. He put that in his verse for clout. And then you seen after that, you seen the Joe Biden administration and law enforcement all across America cracking down on fully automatics, or should I say handguns turned into fully automatics. And he's one of the dudes that was campaigning, making it hot on the radio, putting everything in the verses. See, that's how these rappers snitch. They put everything in the verse and tell everything. And I told y'all before, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all already know this, any song that hits the radio has to be approved by the FCC, aka Federal Communications. It has to be approved. Any TV show, when you see Power, the higher ups have to approve that to even be on TV. When you hear certain songs on the radio, it has to be approved by higher ups. I don't care how gangster they talk. I don't care what they say about any type of drugs they pop, they do. It all has to be approved for it to hit them radio, them airwaves. So this is how we know what's allowed to be pushed and what's not allowed to be pushed. So my point is this. He is the one that put the spotlight on handguns turned into fully automatics because he put it in his rap. So DaBABY, he has a lot of suspect things behind him. And we also see that what he also has to do, he always got to do something to keep his name trending because a lot of his fans felt like he was getting corny. All his songs sound the same. And it is what it is. And that's why his name is DaBABY, because he's a grown man that's going to have to act like a child to get a bag and do stupidity. That's his job, to make you look like fools. That's what he get paid for. I'm going to say this again. I keep telling y'all, they all do the same thing. Do you not see all the rappers wear the same exact jewelry? That's why I call it rapper chains, rapper jewelry. Now, let me explain something to some of y'all. And I already know y'all know this. When you got your money right, you can get your own jewelry customized however you want it. You can sit back in your crib and just think about the illest chain you want to get made. But no, they don't do that. They all wear the same exact type of jewelry. Like they are under mind control. And now they actually got them all wearing the same type of chain, which makes them all look like they on lockdown. Whatever one do, the other one's going to do, because they're all under the same mind control program. The same way all of the jewelers are more richer than them, because they all run into the same jewelers, getting the same exact chain, getting pimped by the labels. My point is this. You're going to see that they don't even have enough brain cells to get their own jewelry made. When you're rich, you can get your own jewelry made, however you want it to be made, whatever style you can create. But you see, they all wear the same exact jewelry, because rappers are under the same spell, and they all are low-thinking individuals, and they don't know creativity. They all are basically followers. Do they not all try to smash the same female? They always want to smash the same chicks. They all do everything the same. They have no individuality. And then the people in the street follow the rappers. So now when you in the street, you want to get a Cuban link. Do y'all remember when Jay-Z started wearing black gold and black diamonds? What happened in the street? Did people in the hood start wearing black diamonds? All right. When the rappers made yellow diamonds fashionable, pink diamonds, blue diamonds, was the hood not trying to wear pink diamonds, yellow diamonds, and red diamonds? See, whatever the rappers do, your mans and them in the hood gonna do the same thing, because they taught to follow. It's a program. But my point is this: out of all the money they got, why they can't get their own chain design? Why they all gotta wear the same exact chain? And why all of a sudden it's seeming to me like they're on lockdown? And I'm gonna get into that in this next topic. And this topic, let me throw this out there too. We got another rapper that's dropping this month. Y'all know I've been talking about all the rappers that's coming back out this month. Well, guess what? Another rapper coming back out this month, aka Lil Boosie. And Lil Boosie is going to be dropping new music on the 22nd, the same day as Kanye West, the same day as Lil Durk. And what you got to peep about this particular day is it's going to be 2/22/22. So they're doing all type of rituals right in your face. And there's some more rappers coming out, but this is just for February, because I told you the industry is coming back this month. This the month they coming back. That's why this the same exact month you see drill being shut down. And I'm not saying drill gonna be shut down forever, but I'm trying to tell you they're not gonna be under the main spotlight no more. That was just a program they let pop, during the pandemic when we was locked down. They let all them eat, because all that music was stirring up confusion, drama, and beef. But now things are starting to open back up a little bit, and they got to shut that down. That's just my opinion. So let's get into BOBBYSHMURDA real quick, because he is another rapper being shut down. And y'all know that BOBBYSHMURDA is gang affiliated, or he used to be, whatever you want to say. He was throwing up Crip heavy. He had the Lokes in the video, and he's another one that used gang activity to make himself hot. That's why we see BOBBYSHMURDA has no hits. You can't tell me 5 of your favorite songs from BOBBYSHMURDA, but you do know about that song, Hot, you know what? Hot nigga. You know about that song, because that also was the song that was promoted at that time. And if you listen to that song now, you'll really see how ignorant that song sounds. I'm just being real. You'll see that song had no verses, no real bars. All he was doing was name dropping the whole song. And when you look at it, you already know he ain't really had no talent. But my point is this: he was also used. And you also see right out when BOBBYSHMURDA was popping, his whole team got indicted, and a lot of them are still in jail. Kind of like 6ix9ine, right? Anyway, Bobby SHMURDA, he's been crying. And this is what he said. Basically, it's been a full year since Bobby SHMURDA has been a free man, and there is still no full-length project out. He's another one. He dropped a few singles, but the singles he dropped was not popping. And you got to remember, Bobby SHMURDA is really on the industry level. He's not a drill. He's not considered a drill rapper because we already know all the drill rappers was hotter than Bobby as far as New York City. He had to take a fall back to the drill scene because he was known for dancing and other things like that, twerking. So he had to fall back a little bit. But we know he's been a free man for a year now. You see how fast time flies? This man's been home for a year. And he has not put out no real music. He dropped a few singles here and there, but they say in the streets not feeling him no more. So Bobby went to Instagram to address his fans. And this is what he's trying to say. He basically said he got a 70-year-old woman, controlling his career. And this is what he said. He said he got a 70-year-old lady running his record label. And he said, I love her dearly, but she doesn't want to let me go at all, no matter what I do. I've been signed to them since I was 19. He says, I did 6 years in jail trying to get off this label before I came home. And he said, you name one person in the industry, a label keeps signed in jail for 6 years. He said, I made them more millions than they ever gave me. And he also said, just let me go. Like, let me go. Like, you know how slaves say, let us free, give us free, just let me go. But what Bobby SHMURDA don't understand is he's on contract. And some people believe in honoring their contract. And you also got to understand that sometime when you under a contract, see, some of these labels will sign you, or some of these dudes will sign you to isolate you. Meaning you could be hot. You could be hot as fish grease. But once you sign to me, I can control your heat temperature. I can cool you off. It's called putting you on the shelf. It's called putting you on the back burner. And a lot of rappers do this. In my opinion, people like Jay-Z has been the master of this. There's a lot of rappers that are the masters of, they see a person get hot, they sign you, they drain you for all your creativity, and then they put you on the shelf or they kick you to the side. We also see who do that. Jim Jones. We see them do that when Max B was flaming. We see them do it with Stack Bundles. He drained them for all their heat. And then once they got cold, he put them to the side. We seen French Montana do it with Chink's Drugs. Chink's Drug was the hottest thing smoking. He signed to French. French drained him for them hits. Chink's Drugs got put to the side just a little bit, and he not here no more. So you'll see, if you just look back in New York history or rap recently, or even not just New York, just look at rap, period. You've seen a lot of rappers be hot. They sign, then they get cooled off. And a rapper that signs them start building their career off their back. And then when they done with them, the rappers ain't worth nothing no more. But this is a point about Bobby SHMURDA, which he does not understand. You see, the 70-year-old woman he's talking about is Sylvia Rome. And anybody that know about the industry, Sylvia Rome has more power now than Russell Simmons because he's hot. He's out of here. But Sylvia Rome has been around since back in the day. Andre Harrell, all of them. She's been a top executive. I'm going to give you a few lists of names who she signed and made stars. People like Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes. She's the one who made Busta Rhymes rich. She's the one who made Missy Elliott great. It's a lot of people came in under Sylvia Rome that she made stars, and they are millionaires to this day. She used to be at Elektra. She worked for many different labels, but she's just as powerful as any other record executive in the industry. And I didn't know she's still in power at 70 years old. But she is the one, obviously, who has power over Bobby SHMURDA. And The way he's going about this, it's not going to work with her at all. Because what BOBBYSHMURDA don't understand, they come from an era of you're gonna honor that contract. And I say this too. Another thing with people like Sylvia Rome is if they feel like you don't have no talent or you ain't got the hits like that, they're not putting you out. That's how a lot of them work. I'm pretty sure y'all heard about the stories of Def Jam and certain labels. Certain rappers did sit on the shelf because they couldn't come with that hit. They couldn't come with that full album. And being that they couldn't come with a full album of talent, they didn't know how to market these artists. So a lot of these artists, they had some good raps, but there wasn't the full package, and a lot of them had to sit on the shelf till they figured it out, or the label figured out what to do with them. But you got to understand, I'm pretty sure BOBBYSHMURDA, I'm pretty sure he signed to at least a six album deal, a 5 album deal. We don't know. But nowhere in the history with a lot of these labels, you're just going to put out 1 album, they're going to drop you. No, it don't happen like that. But I'm pretty sure, I will say this, if he was making a lot of productive music, I'm pretty sure they would have rushed to put him out. You also got to understand, these labels, they don't want nothing to do with that gang activity rap no more. So that's another reason why they probably wasn't quick to put BOBBYSHMURDA out, because they know how he get down, they know what he run with, they know what type of crowd he around, and they was not quick to put his music out because obviously he might not have no real talent other than the gang rap or having a gang around him. And the labels also understand we in a different time right now, and it's a crackdown on criminal raps that's dealing with, y'all know what I'm talking about, the drill scene, gang banging. They cracking down on all that type of rap. And I'm pretty sure if he could have changed his style, came home with a certain amount of albums already written and ready to go, and it sounded right and it made sense, I'm pretty sure the label would have put him out. But y'all already know, y'all have seen BOBBYSHMURDA twerking, doing all type of things, but you didn't really hear no good music from him. So the label got him on shutdown, and he's crying, talking about how he want to be let go. And when he disrespects Sylvia Rome about her age, I don't think that's a good look, because I will tell you this. No other label is going to do business with him because she is tied in with every label. And now she's at Epic Records. But she is tied in with everybody. And this woman can get you blackballed. That's a fact. So we already see how BOBBYSHMURDA, he's been trying to sound like a slave, talking about let him go. But what y'all don't understand, when you sign with these labels, Bobby, and they give you that money up front, and they give you that image, and they give you access to that black card, you already in the hole. And you didn't honor your contract, meaning you ain't put out enough material. Because remember, sometimes it's what? It might be 7 years or 6 albums, whichever one come first. Sometimes that's the contract. Some contracts be 10 albums. And when you're trying to get that bag and that money up front, and you hype, you feeling yourself, you sign that contract. And then on the back end, when it don't weigh out like it's supposed to, you want to start crying. That's why I just had a conversation with y'all the other day about even how Tupac know he was signing bogus contracts, but you seen Tupac put the extra work in to get out of those contracts. You also seen Biggie do the same thing. Why you think at one time these rappers started putting out double CDs? Because a double CD, it counted as 2 albums. So they was hustling extra harder to get out of them contracts so they could start their own label. And this is why I'm telling you why none of these rappers are going to start their own label that's productive, because they barely can get out of their own contract first. And these record labels are not giving out label deals no more. Y'all got to remember, all the other eras, they ran that in the ground. Rough Riders, G-Unit, Rockefeller. We can go into all of these names. That was the era of the labels, where if you was hot, you was popping, they gave you a label deal. The reason why they gave you a label deal is because a lot of these labels knew that they only want to deal with you, Jay. We don't want to deal with everybody else, so we're going to give you the bag and you sign who you want to sign. That's how the label deals work. See, they knew back then it was gangsters on the payroll. They knew a lot of these rappers was fresh out of jail. They knew a lot of rappers at that time bust their gun. A lot of rappers at that time used to go in the office and pistol whip executives, violate music executives, and the label said, yo, we don't want to deal with all of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to sign you, and then we'll give you 20 extra million to start your own label, and you handpick your artists and you deal with them. That's what all that label business was about. So now you see, now they don't give out no label deals no more. A lot of these rappers you already heard, they in pimp deals, aka 360 deals, where the labels all in their pockets, get money off their merch, get money off their streams, and they struggling. They just get them a nice piece of change up front. But this is another thing y'all got to understand. Good morning, Tish. Another thing y'all got to understand is this. People got to get this through their head. $1 million now is not the same as $1 million before. Y'all know that. Y'all know $1,000 is not the same as $1,000 used to be. I'm going to break it down even further. Y'all know $100 is not $100 that used to be $100. Y'all know this. Money is not the same no more. So when you hear about these rappers getting $1 million deal, all they really getting is like a $600,000 deal. Then after taxes, it's like they really only had like a $400,000 deal, like a $350,000 deal. It's not $1 million ain't $1 million no more. That's what some people don't understand. The word million, it sounds like a lot, but in reality, when you got to pay taxes, pay a lot of people, get your life in order, by the time you handle your handle, you might only have like 200,000 left, if that. So $1 million is not $1 million no more. Y'all got to understand that. Why y'all think the rent went up? How you think a crib 10 years ago might have been $900 a month? That same crib now could be $1,800 a month, $1,500 a month. The same crib in the same hood, because the money ain't the same no more. And it's called inflation. Y'all remember it was a time when gas wasn't that much. It was a time you could fill your car with less money. The same type of car is going to cost you more money now. So my point is, money is not the same no more. It's not the same. Y'all got to understand that. Then let's look at fashion. Fashion has changed. Sneakers are $200 plus now. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All the designer is what's popping now. So your whole outfit is a couple thousand now. Back in the day, you could have finessed a fresh outfit. Remember the white tee era, the black tees. Dude, you could finesse an outfit with like $150, $200. $300 tops, you could finesse an outfit back in the day. From head to toe. Fitted, t-shirt, jeans, sneakers, and some boxers for like $3 and change. Not no more. That's not going to work. Y'all already know that. So my point is this. Money ain't the same no more. And that's why a lot of these rappers are struggling, because we got to understand, okay? Let's look at Bobby. When you signed that deal, bro, that was 2014. So the money they gave you then, it's 8 years later. You ain't making that same money no more. And you was under old contract. So your money ain't transitioning no kind of way to the new world. So therefore, that's how we know a lot of rappers are falling. Now they can always do a show and get a bag. Don't get me wrong, but their money is not the same. Y'all see how much candy bars cost now. Y'all see how much potato chips cost. Ain't no such thing as no 25-cent potato chips. Y'all seen even little Debbie went up on their cakes. Let's be real. So those are just examples of how money has changed. It's not the same no more. And $1 million is not $1 million no more. $1 million, I'm telling you, you could blow $1 million faster than you think. Let's say if you got $1 million right now, you try to sit back and chill. I give you, you might live off that million probably 2 years, maybe 3 years tops, maybe. But I give you 2 years to live off that million. I'm talking about just sitting back doing nothing. off that milli. You ain't gonna make it that long. You're not gonna make it. So that's my point. Money ain't the same no more. So BOBBYSHMURDA is crying, and he want to be let go off the label, but they don't want to let him go because I'm pretty sure he didn't fulfill his contract. And he dropped a few singles. The people are not feeling him at all. And that's on him. He need to step his game up. But that's the situation with BOBBYSHMURDA. And my point is, all of these rappers are in bondage under what? Contracts. Also, guess who else spoke out crying about the record label? NBA Youngboy. NBA Youngboy has recently came out and says, don't sign with Atlantic Records because he not happy. A lot of these dudes, they sign and they in bondage now. And they're not going to let them go till they fulfill a contract. So that's why I said, okay, let's look at it. We're going to look at the whole industry right now. Like I told y'all, one hand, you got the independent rappers, the ones on the come up, the hot talent from the streets, buzzing, from the drill to whatever. New talent on the come up, streaming on all platforms, getting their numbers up. Then on the other hand, you got the industry. You got, remember this, y'all, within the industry, you know, we got executives. How they gonna get their money? They gotta get their bread. They gotta send their kids to college. So when they sign that hot new talent, they give them a petty deal. And then now you're gonna make money for me and my family now. We're gonna eat off of you. That's how it works. But if you stay independent and don't break bread, eventually you might end up missing somewhere, or you might just end up shot in front of the cookie store because you don't want to break bags. You don't want to share the money. You want to keep all it to yourself. And that's why a lot of these independent rappers, you'll see what happened to them. So my point is this. The industry is changing right in your face and it's coming back home. That's why, like I said, you see, when I try to pull these stories, when I be digging sometime, when I look and I just see a whole bunch of old rappers back out, I already know what type of time they on. Look at every rapper that's trending right now. They don't even got no good music out, or there has been. But this is all done on design, and it's done by design because the industry is getting back in position. The books have opened up and people got to pay their bills. These labels got to sustain. And now they got their workhorses on the track going out here to get their money. That's what's happening. And a lot of independent rap dreams, that's starting to go down. It's starting to become faded memories. You heard? That's what's starting to go on. That's right. And that's a good point, Rod. Now, A Boogie, he been kind of isolated. Young M.A. been kind of isolated. A little TJ doing his thing. But we already know they supposed to be, all of them supposed to be bigger than what they are right now. So it's like, now they rather put somebody else. Because remember, they're going to put Cardi B in front of Young M.A. Because Cardi B is also signed with Atlantic. So they're more focused on helping Cardi B stay at her level and keep bringing in that money before they worry about somebody else. So they're going to put all the marketing and promotion behind Cardi B. That's why I told y'all she just got a big marketing push with that whole Tasha K trial. See, that whole situation that kept Cardi B name buzzing. Now all she got to do is put out some music. You also seen yesterday Cardi B, they put out the tattoos with her Offset. They got the wedding date tattooed on them. My point is this. You see Cardi B is always going to stay trending. The day before that, Cardi B was trending for not letting her daughter be on social media. My point is they're always going to keep trending off of nonsense because that's where it is right now. You keep seeing Kanye trending. Every little, look, man, a celebrity can say one quote and it's going to trend for that day. They already know how it works. And my point is now it's time to bring that money home back to these labels, and these labels ready to eat. They say, look, we let y'all streamers do y'all thing. We let y'all run around and get y'all money during the pandemic. But now we bringing that money back home. It's called Def Jam, Atlantic, Epic, Capitol Records, and a whole list of others. Major corporations. They got to eat. Y'all got to remember these major corporations are on the stock market. Meaning what? it's money invested into these things. People get quarterly bonuses off of these labels. It's product, man. It's hustling. So Lil Baby got to get back out there, get his name back popping, and start dropping them hits and do those shows, and so they can make money off them. Same thing with Bobby. You got to get out there. You got to get that music going, boy, so you can pay these labels so we can eat. We don't want to hear about you complaining about let you go. They don't want to hear that because you the one that signed the contract and you took the money. So y'all heard about the deal with the devil. But guess what? What you got to understand is any deal made with a so-called devil is voluntary and it's negotiated. The devil don't make you do nothing. The devil will give you offers, but it's up for you to accept it. That's how the whole thing works. And it's just that they not really hustlers and a lot of them not really hard workers. So when they sign that deal, y'all know what happened. 9 times out of 10, they get lazy. Let's keep it 100. When they get that money, let's be real, don't they get more lazy? They lose the hunger from when they had no deal. Remember, before you came out, you was in the studio rapping every day for weeks and months and months trying to get on. You was rapping every day. You was always trying to come up with something new. But once you got the money, you got lazy. And these labels know that. So that's why they pimp you. And then when you don't want to comply, they'll just put you on the shelf and let you get dusty and keep you in bondage. You'll never come out again. We also seen this with who? Meek Mills. Has Meek Mill not recently been crying about how he can't get out of contract? Was he not crying about how he couldn't get no money off Atlantic Records because he the one that brought Roddy Ricch to the table? Was he not crying? Yes, he was. But was Meek Mill not always trying to chill in the Maybach? Or should I say the Phantom? Or should I say, y'all know the cars with the stars on the top. Y'all know Meek Mill was more focused on chilling with his chains and stunting and laying up with Nicki. He lost his hunger. That's not the same Meek Mill that was rapping with the braids on the corner. He got lazy. So your laziness eventually catch up to you. You forget that you owe money. You think in your head you're going to be hot forever, and then that's when you lose it. We see this happen with a lot of people. That's all I'm saying on that. But a lot of these rappers are in bondage, and you're going to see them complaining and crying. So we got NBA YoungBoy crying and complaining, BOBBYSHMURDA complaining, Meek Mill complaining, and a few others complaining. Now, DaBABY, instead of him taking a complaining route and him falling off, he pulled the stunt yesterday. He pulled the stunt the other day. And like I said, that was the weakest beatdown I ever seen. And I seen the man get up and still wanted more smoke with all of them. That's what I saw. I seen World Star fights way harder than that. And once again, for those that just pulled up, DaBABY is the same one that was rapping about turning handguns into fully automatics with putting the switch on the back. So he also made a lot of people hot, dry snitching in his raps. You got to also remember, for those who just pulled up, DaBABY came out last month and he was not hitting. He was falling off. So he had to pull a stunt. And that's my opinion. Now we got another situation. Now let's check this out. Not only is rappers trying to be gangster, we got NFL players trying to be hustlers. And a former NFL star by the name of Greg Robinson was arrested for $120,000 worth of drugs. And he is a former Cleveland Brown player. And this dude was pulled over in a traffic stop on Monday morning. And how he got caught was when they pulled him over, the cops smelled drugs and started searching his vehicle. And guess what they found in this man's car? They found crack cocaine, oxycodone, hydrocodone, Xanax, and marijuana. Then, after them catching this in his car, they got a warrant and searched his home. And in his home, guess what they found in this man's home? They found crystal meth, cocaine, marijuana, crack cocaine, drug trafficking equipment, and paraphernalia. And this dude was in the NFL. So we already know he was out there trying to get it. We already see what this is about. That man was not trying to see poverty because he was back to hustling. Or maybe he could have been buying a lot of personal supplies. So he ain't got to run back and forth. Who knows? Either way, he got caught with a lot of work. He's stupid. Because he ain't had no flunky running the work for him. He was moving. He had his own work in the car. And they said also, this is the same individual with 2 years ago, he got arrested near Mexico with 156 pounds of bud. It's the same dude. So now we see that rappers and NFL celebrities, they want to be back in the street now. Or is it because they going broke and they got to shake something to make something happen? They gotta flip something real quick. But anyway, this man been caught, and it sounded to me like somebody probably told on him. Probably was the connect he bought it from, the one who snitched on him, because that's how it worked now too. Because he got pulled over out of all the times he been driving. This is the time he got pulled over, and the police just so happened to smell drugs in his car. And he's an ex-NFL star by the name of Greg Robertson. He got caught with $120K worth of drugs. So we already know it's over for him. That's a fact. Another thing. Back to your boy Joe, Moneybag Joe. And salute to the people that went against the grain. Everybody that went ham on this topic, guess what happened? They got word back that social media was not feeling that all that talk about them crack pipes and putting $30 million into programs. They realized that the country wasn't going for that, and now they backtracking. And now they said that there will be no federal funding that will be used in that whole situation with the pipes. They said there will be no grants given to no organizations for the pipes and the smoking kits. For those that haven't heard the story, I don't know where you've been at, but the other day, the Biden administration was going to give $30 million in grants to nonprofit organizations that work hand in hand with fiends, and they were going to be giving them crack pipes allegedly to help them prevent diseases through spreading diseases through sharing pipes. Also, put some of that money to providing them with clean needles, so when they want to shoot up, they can come to the, these organizations and shoot up with a clean needle. Long story short, a lot of people was pissed because they felt like this was a Black history stunt. And also, this is what they said about the article. This is what I want y'all to peep. So anybody that disagreed with this, they called you a political right wing. And they also called you a radical. So anybody that didn't agree with this situation got stereotyped as political rights and radicals. So basically, if you wasn't feeling this situation, you considered a radical. Meaning you like an extremist because you don't agree with what they said. So basically, anybody that don't agree with the Biden administration is automatically considered a radical or right wing. Meaning you know what I'm saying? You automatically got to be for the right side. But in my opinion, this is nothing but a political game. I felt like they tried to pull a stunt and it backfired on them because a lot of people took this as disrespect, basically saying out of all the months, why this month you want to give out free crack pipes in Black History Month? I could have sworn this is the same dude that said, if you don't vote for me, you're not Black. But I don't know. I think I could be tripping right now. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, they're not going to be distributing no crack pipes because they got their card pulled and they did the math on social media when they see how many bloggers, vloggers, and just regular people have something to say. They backtrack and they realize it's not a good look. So Y'all got to salute yourself for that. Anybody that spoke out against the crack pipes, you got to pat yourself on the back, because that ain't going down. Or it might still go down at another time behind the scenes. We don't know. But I'm going to leave that alone. Also, going into that same topic or something, you know, something that, you know, something with politics. 3,000 New York City workers will be fired in the next day if they do not get vaxxed. Yesterday, they marched in New York City carrying signs saying, "Fire Fauci," and "Unvaccinated lives matter." This is what they said. But what you got to understand is, which a lot of y'all already understand. I'm talking about these people that's marching. What they got to understand is the city got rules in the play. And if you don't like it, you go somewhere else. Like I said, you either start your own business or you go somewhere else to a state that's not being mandated. Because all that protesting ain't going to change their mind. And what I told you, a lot of people, what they're going to do or what they did was they procrastinated, and now you're going to mess around and be fired, and you can mess around and be homeless right now and hurting. All because you didn't want to comply. So this is my point. If you was a New York City worker, and once you realized they wasn't playing with that mandate, the first thing you were supposed to do was move out the city, get you a transfer, and start living a life somewhere else. But a lot of people, they didn't want to do that. They wanted to procrastinate, waste time, keep protesting, thinking they're going to change their mind. But little do you know, he don't care about that. The mayor, he's standing on it, and he said what? Basically, the fire department, police department, teachers, sanitation, New York City housing, librarians, it don't matter. Any city worker, if you're not complying, you got to go. And right now, 3,000 city workers to the last minute, they've been protesting. So we're going to see how many of them going to get their shot, if they get it. But some people are procrastinators. And my point is this: if you already knew in your mind you wasn't going to do it, that's when you were supposed to put in play a plan to not having to comply, meaning you had to bust a move. And that could have been just going out of town real quick, going somewhere else to everything lay over, transferring your whole career. But some people, they don't know when to quit and they don't know when to make a move. And you got to understand, you can't always have everything your way. And that's right, Rondell. You got to have a plan A, plan B, and plan C. Because they gave everybody enough time to make a choice. That's why I'm going to be real with you. When you say that they making you get a shot, they're not making you do nothing. They telling you what you got to do if you want to get money with them. But you have an option to do whatever you want to do, and it's called go somewhere else. I just told y'all, even with the contracts, nobody make you do nothing. Even the devil makes deals. The devil will tell you exactly what they're going to do. They will tell you everything that's going on right in your face, and they'll give you the option to sign or to do business with them. They're going to tell you what it is. If you want all these riches, if you want these health benefits, you want this pension, you want this PTO, sign a contract. That's it. If you don't want it, oh well, you're not getting it, period. That's the contract. So it's up for you to sign it or not. But all that complaining, they're not going to feel sorry for you at all. They don't care. You know why? Because let's break this down real quick. For every 3,000 city workers that don't want to get vaxxed, the very next week, they can hire 3,000 people that do want those city jobs that are already vaxxed. You get it? So my point is, these same 3,000 city workers could be replaced at the blink of an eye. Because we already know if somebody already got their shot and if somebody willing to take that shot to get that salary and be down with the city. So that's why they don't care about no 3,000 people protesting. So my point is, if you knew you wasn't going to comply, you should have already bust the move. That's with anything. You got to have a plan A, B, C, and a D sometime. You can't just be focused on one thing. But a lot of people, let's be real, y'all, they thought the city was going to take care of them forever. They was always going to have that good job, that pension, getting them raises. And now that a lot of these cities around the country, they doing the math and they say, well, we got people that have been on the salary for 20 years now. We got people been on the salary 15, 14 years. They ain't really doing nothing. They get a lot of free money. We take care of them. It's time to let some of these older people go. And now we can hire some younger people with a little lesser salary and focus on the future. So for a 50-year-old that don't want to get vaxxed, a 40-year-old, a late 30s, they could just go hire somebody 19, 20, 21, 18, 23, 24, and they'll gladly take that money. And they feel like some of the older people, they got too smart for their own good, AKA they got too big for their britches. So they realize it's easier to let an old head go instead of all this back and forth when I could just hire somebody younger, that's hungrier, more focused, and got more ambition. See, it's easier. And a lot of people in their mind, they really started thinking that, put it like this, when you start thinking the people you work for need you, that's when you start becoming delusional. Because you got to remember, you can be replaced. Anybody can be replaced very fast. That I don't care what job you on. When you start thinking you can't be replaced, that's when you start becoming delusional. Because they will sacrifice hiring a dummy in your spot just to get you out of there. If they don't want you there no more, they will let you go and hire somebody half the intelligence you got. And they'll train them, they'll work with them. But the whole point is they got you out the picture. And that's what a lot of these companies will do. So a lot of time, you know, we be at these companies, we start thinking, I ain't going away, I'm good. Nah, they don't, nah. You know why? They might feel like you talk back too much. You think you're too smart for your own good. And we paying you a lot of money. So we can cut that cost, shut you up, get you out of here, and we'll hire somebody younger that ain't gonna say nothing. So that's why these 3,000 city workers in New York City, if they don't get that shot, a lot of them, they might be going down the drain. And they had signs talking about fire Fauci and unvaccinated lives matter. And these are grown-ups. So it's called a choice and a decision. We all got to make a choice. I told you that. And when you grown, what they say, grown-ups make grown decisions. So either you're going to do it or you're not. If you're not going to do it, you should already be doing something else by now. You should have even waited till you got 1 day left. Because the mayor said he is not trying to hear none of that, and he's not folding. So that's a fact, bro. You got to work your job like it's your first and last day. That's right. It's a hustle. That's why a job is a hustle. You go there, you get your money, you keep getting that money, till you can't get it no more. You know what I'm saying? You put it up, you do what you got to do, but you go to work like a hustle. That's what a lot of people don't understand. That's how I always looked at a job, like it's a hustle. I don't get at no job trying to be yes a boss and worried about this and politics. This person don't like me. That I don't care. If I go to work, I'm going to get my check. That's it. That's all I care about. I don't need no friends, none of that. I'm going to be a good co-worker. I just want my check. I'm just waiting on payday. And I look at it like a hustle. That's what a job is. It's a hustle. That's it. When you start making a job more than what it is, that's when you start going somewhere else with it. A job is nothing but a hustle. That's it. Meaning also, you already know you don't take your job home with you. You're not supposed to take your problems for work at home. You're not supposed to take your problems at home to work. Because a job is just a place that you utilize to pay your bills and handle your business. That's it. So that's why when I was telling certain brothers that the streets is over, you need to get a job. When you working on the clock and you busting down them hours, that's a hustle. The same way you can post up in front of the building for 18 hours a day The same way you could be on somebody's clock posted up, getting time and a half, and still be free. So hustling could be applied in many ways. The same way you posted up on the block, you could be a security guard. The same way you posted up, you could be posted in the warehouse somewhere doing e-commerce. The same way you run your mouth on that phone, always online, you could be doing data entry somewhere. It's that simple. So I'm not being no hypocrite. I'm telling you, a job ain't nothing but a hustle. And when you cashing out in your name, that feel a lot better than having to duck and dodge. And you can't even enjoy your money. And by the time you get your bag up, you locked up. Now all your money got to go to bond, lawyers. You stuck. You got a whole bunch of clothes you can't do nothing with. That whole lifestyle is played out now. That's all I'm saying. We even seen an NFL hustler try to hustle. He got busted because you're not going to be able to make it no more. But my point is this: a job is a hustle. And these 3,000 city workers, if they had common sense, they should have took their city worker skills and transferred somewhere else and got to their money. Because guess what? You keep playing in New York City. Now look, you didn't want to get your shot when you had your job, but when you mess around and got to go to that shelter because you're homeless, you're going to still have to get a shot when you're poor. So either you're going to leave the city or you're going to comply because the city ain't folding. That mayor is not playing. And I ain't going to talk about him right now. I ain't even going to talk about him. I'm going to leave that alone. But he got it's too much stuff going on around him too. I think I touched on everything. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I ain't missed nothing. Also, no, I didn't. I got something else. Also talking about these funds and this money situation and how a lot of these people are getting slaved out. A lot of y'all heard the story already. Y'all know Wendy Williams, she going through it. She can't even get to her own money. I spoke about this the other day, but this is the thing with Wendy Williams. The Supreme Court judge appointed that a guardian be over her financial affairs. And they said her health issue is still not right. So basically, Wendy Williams is being treated like a child and she cannot spend her own money. And the bank, where she got her own money at, told her they're going to appoint somebody to her to help her spend her money. Now, I want y'all to listen to that and it's a grown woman that made a lot of money. Y'all also see her show being jacked. But what you're really looking at is a grown woman being treated like a child in Black History Month. That's what you're looking at. Because what these celebrities don't understand, the banks, the labels, the corporations, the production companies, all of them in the same bed together. They all the same people. So when you piss somebody off in the game, they make a call to the bank, shut you down. They got friends there. You see how it works? They all in cahoots together and they can ruin your life with one phone call. So my point is this: Wendy Williams, no matter how much money she got, because we taught that people with a lot of money, they better than us. You see her got shut down like your children. She got shut down like a fifth grader. Like, how you put your kid on punishment? Wendy Williams is on punishment. They took her show from her, like how you take your child video game away. They took her money from her, like how you take away your child's allowance money. You see how this worked? Now, was she not an individual that built a career off slandering people, exploiting their business, aka called spilling the tea? Did she not disrespect a lot of people, piss a lot of people off? Well, now the same thing is being done to her. And now the whole world is getting a kick out of seeing Wendy Williams being slain. Now, in my opinion, I think it's very sad because this woman put in a lot of work, but the thing is, she didn't change her ways. This also is an example that what? It's never too late to change your ways. How you start is not how you got to finish. But we already had the conversations about people once they get to a certain level and they let those egos gas them up. In their mind, they start thinking they can't be faded. They start thinking in their mind they can't be touched. They untouchable. And nobody gonna stop them. Can't nobody do nothing to them. And these are the same people, when they actually get exposed or they get touched or they get faded, they fall very hard. And they always fall to a point where they'll never come back. You know why? Because they didn't know when to stop. They didn't know when to switch it up. They didn't know when to change their ways. And sometimes they just didn't even know when to ask for forgiveness. Because sometimes you can ask for forgiveness and your whole life could take a whole turn and shift in a better direction. So that's why we seeing Wendy Williams get violated like this, because actually she violated herself. And remember, when you start having more enemies than friends, when you get smoked, ain't nobody gonna take up for you. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you. Nobody's gonna come to your defense because you got so many enemies. And this is a lesson in life. It ain't just the industry. When you got more enemies than friends, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna suffer in the long run. Because when it all go down, it's nobody gonna come to your defense. And everybody's gonna turn on you. And we see it happen with who? Wendy Williams. Now, have we seen anybody that's been on Wendy Williams' show take up for her, stick their head out, say leave her alone, she needs help? You haven't seen no celebrity campaigning for Wendy Williams at all. So that's how you know this is a dirty game. That's how it works. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. That's how it works. So everybody got to learn from this, that no matter how much money you got, no matter who you think you are, how big you think you are, we all got to humble ourselves. Or somebody going to humble you. That's just how it works. And then a lot of people going to be laughing at you and clowning, laughing at your downfall, at your demise. People love to get a good laugh over somebody that fell off. We know that from the street. When you see somebody used to get money and they fell off and they looking real bummy and they doing bad, in the hood, we laugh at them kind of people. Y'all know that. Like when you see a chick used to be bad, acting funny, all stuck up, and you see her years later, she look like trash. Dudes get a kick out of that. Y'all know how Chris Rock told you when he was like, yo, you used to be the prom queen, now you just a prom fiend. There's a lot of chicks like that. They used to be popping, but now they look like fiends. Got the super black lips, black eyes around it, you know what I'm saying? Black rings around their eyes, mad bumps on their face. But they used to be bad back in the day. Some of them used to be stuck up, all that. Had a bunch of boyfriends, all that. Now a lot of them look like a hot mess. People love to see when you fall, especially when you had a big ego. That's how it works. Salute, Yak. What up, bro? Thanks for pulling up. And another thing is, this last story, it was a shootout in Brooklyn yesterday. I know some of y'all probably saw it or know about it from the town, but dozens of shots rang off and some people got hit up. And this happened around school hours. But one person is dead, 2 is injured as dozens of shots were fired in Brooklyn. 1 man was killed, 2 was injured as dozens of shots were fired in East Flatbush. They say that the deceased victim was hit multiple times in the chest as numerous rounds went off outside the apartment building. The second victim was hit multiple times in the arms and legs. So he probably was doing a Puff Daddy. He probably was getting twisted up. Anyway, it's not funny, but I'm just being real right now that the third man, he was able to walk into the hospital with a bullet wound to the hip. And the thing, and one thing the cops said that this was really bad when a shooter or shooters can be firing dozens of shots in broad daylight as school is getting out. And he said the city is spiraling out of control. And we already know this. We already know this. So right now, we don't want to hear about no third world countries. We don't want to hear about no Russia and China wars, because the wars is going on in the cities right now. And like I said, that's something I was told a long time ago. Whenever it's a war overseas, it's always going to be a war going on right here. And all you got to do is do your history and think back to every war we had, and then think about how your hood was popping at that time, and you'll see it easy. So my point is this: the war is going on right here. That's why I tell y'all, stay on point and stay focused. And like I said, these are just my opinions. This is what I see. This is my vision. Because a lot of people like to get real emotional in their feelings, you know what I'm saying? And they like to always critique and go against what you're saying. But my point is this: everybody got their own opinion. I'm just telling you what I see and what I be knowing. That's why I always tell y'all stay out the way. But my point is this: the war is going on right here. Anytime you see shootouts, broad daylight, and my point is this: people getting away. And like the bro said, it's only wintertime. It ain't even summer yet. It ain't even spring yet. You got to make it through the spring to get to the summer. So what we're looking at is a dark 6 months ahead. That's what we're looking at. Hopefully not. Hopefully I'm wrong. But we seeing a lot of dark clouds falling. We seeing a lot of poverty taking place, and we see a lot of finances being drawn up. They also did a report today that inflation is up 40%. For those that don't know what that means everything is going up and it's going to keep going up. Everything except for your pay scale. So, you know, just to get into that, I'm just telling you, keep your eyes open, stay focused, you know what I'm saying? Use your money wisely, stay out the way. That's all I'm going to say on that, because whenever you see celebrities going through it, you already know the regular person ain't got a chance for real. Like, you don't really got too much of a chance. Anytime you see Wendy Williams can't even spend her own money, that should give you a sign right there. That's why I said it's really on back in the days time too, where you got to do both. You got to keep money in the bank, but you also got to keep some cash in the stash too. Because by you not keeping cash, it's like you training yourself to be broke. When you don't touch that money in your hand and smell that fresh money, you training yourself to never have money. And that's how easy, say your bank closed for, don't matter. Transaction don't go through, it don't matter. Power shut down, you can't access none of that bread. You shut down. So anybody's money could be shut down at any time. So you always got to keep something in your possession around. That's how you really got to be. You got to have both. You got to have money spread around the board. You got to have assets. You got to have a little bit of digital money. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some physical money. You got to have some gold, diamonds put up. You know, you might have a vehicle lease. A vehicle title, house title. You got to have assets out here. Now, you can't just have one thing. That's just my opinion. But anyway, we about to get up out of here. I ain't going to hold y'all up. Now, I told y'all, for those that just pulled up, that whole baby situation was a publicity stunt, in my opinion. And the proof that we got is that man's name is trending all over again. And he's trending for allegedly beating a man up, jumping him. And to me, it looked like they really tried to beat him up, but it looked like it was a weak beat up. It looked like it was worse than a female. That's why I keep saying that, because it looked to me like I seen females fight harder than that, scrapping. They was tussling and struggling. They were struggling to put that boy down, if you ask me. And my point is, we know it was a publicity stunt because not only was they recording it the whole time, they could have saw that man outside and violated him. We also seen that after they put hands on that boy, he still got up and wanted more smoke. So we know he wasn't in no pain. He didn't get knocked out. His face wasn't, beat up bad. He was light-skinned on top of that. And we know one thing, that Lil Baby got his name back popping again. Even though last month they were saying that his career ain't the same. His songs sound alike. And he basically say he's getting corny. So now he's back popping again. But anyway, I don't care about his baby mama drama, none of that. And I don't care about him jumping this dude, because guess what? They couldn't even hurt that man. We done seen plenty of world star hip hop where dudes done knock dudes out and they ain't get up, period. We done seen some vicious beatdowns on camera, females violating other females. And we just seen a whole bunch of dudes trying to beat up on one man. They barely could put him down, and they didn't even put his lights out. So what did Lil Baby really do? That's all I'm saying. The one thing he did was got his name back trending. That's what he did. Other than that, we done with DaBABY acting like a little baby. Anyway, BOBBYSHMURDA has been crying about how they won't let him off the label. They won't give him no freedom. He's crying about being free in Black History Month. So basically, he sounded like a slave. And I'm pretty sure his money looking funny because he ain't dropping no hits. But what BOBBYSHMURDA messed up, he should have never disrespected Sylvia Rome, because that woman got a lot of power. And I guarantee you this, she might not never let him off that contract. And if she do, she could make so many phone calls where we'll never hear BOBBYSHMURDA on a track ever again. So my advice to BOBBYSHMURDA, you best to get on them tracks. You best to get to working in that studio and dropping some hits, because that's the only way you're going to get out of this contract, bro. And like I told y'all, remember, BOBBYSHMURDA can't be around a gang no more neither. And y'all already know that the gang is part of the promotion stunt or the publicity stunt that make the rappers look like they lit. All Bobby got to do is get with 50 Crips, put them in a video. You know what I'm saying? Pull up one car. Everybody got their flag out. Have a couple guns out, and BOBBYSHMURDA be lit all over again. But guess what? He can't do that because he can't be around gang. He can't be around guns. So his image is gone. Now it's up for Bobby to just make good music. The same thing I told you with the drill rappers. The ones that can make good music, they don't have nothing to worry about. But the ones that don't have no talent and depend on the gang and the sticks in the video, the choppers with the extra clips, with the switch on the back. See, without the drugs, the guns, and the gang, a lot of these rappers, they can't hold their own. And that's what you're seeing right now. The same way I told you, Lil Baby, he just started Get Back buzzing when he dropped a song called Back at It. He rapped about having a handgun with a switch on the back, because they don't want to hear his popcorn raps. These rappers know the formula to be successful, and they keep using it. Anyway, we done with these dudes. I'm tired of them. It's Friday, and I suggest everybody enjoy their weekend. Chill out, relax, stay out the way, and please don't be a statistic over the weekend. I need y'all here to pull up on Monday or whenever I go live again. Don't be a stat. And how you become a stat is being hard-headed. Chill out. That's all I'm going to tell y'all. Chill out. Relax. Let me see you in the chat before I get up out of here. I touched on everything. Also, I'm going to repeat it again for those that missed it. Lil Boosie is dropping an album on 2/22/22, the same day as Kanye West and Lil Durk. And I told you, it's a whole lot of rappers coming out this month. It's something I forgot. And my point of saying is that the industry is coming back. And the industry is taking a shift and they taking the money and they putting all the independent artists on ice, and they putting all the drill rappers on ice. And now the drill rappers also got law enforcement on their head. So that's what's going on right now. Salute to the chat. Roski Productions, what up, bro? I see you up early this morning. Grinding. Nate the Great, what up? What up, bro? What up, family? Royce Madison, tapping in from Louisiana. What up? The Juice Show, what up, Juicy? What up, Juice? I see you here early. That's family right there. Y'all should already know that by now. Teach TV, pulling up. That's right. The Bros and the Sis is in the building, episode 103. For those that don't know, we grinding around here. But like I said, I had a bad week. It's been a dark week, but I'm going to keep my lights on high. That's what I'm going to do. But everybody got good. You know what I'm saying? You already know no 2 days are the same, and some days are better than others. But I ain't been feeling too good this week. And I ain't talking about being sick. Barry Bird, what up? Mr. X, what's poppin', homie? Lit Twerker. I don't know who that is, but I know you always pulling up supporting. I just don't know what kind of twerking you be doing. Could be twerking to work. I don't know. So we call the work twerk too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Anyway, helping the vision. What up, bro? Salute. That's right. Helping the vision gonna let you know what time it is. He gonna help you with some vision. He gonna give you his opinion. He don't play. He ain't gonna agree with nobody. If it's some BS, he not gonna do that. And he gonna give you some of the word. Black Barbie 05. What's going on this morning? Who else up in here? I seen some people slide up in here when I was going live. My boy ASAP Auto, tapping in from Minnesota always. Yo, I've been trying to look into that Minnesota situation, man. They downplaying that whole thing out there. I've been trying to find some information on that, man. They not letting that get out there like that George Floyd situation. I'll tell you that right now. They downplaying that. And that situation is supposed to be very real. But they suppressing information. I'm going to try to look into it again. What up, Yak? Like I say, man. Y'all know we had a little, y'all know it was a little back and forth, but you know that was petty business, Yak. It ain't about nothing. Ain't no man got time to be mad over another man on the internet. It's just the internet, you heard? And I respect Yak because, you know, he been violated a couple times on this internet. Yeah, we all laughed and joked, but Yak still pull up like a man. He ain't running and hiding. He ain't behind the scenes trying to put stories together, and he ain't behind the scenes trying to do all type of nonsense. At least Yak pull up like a man. I respect that about Yak. A lot of people don't like Yak. Guess what? A lot of people don't like me neither. A lot of people in my chat, people don't like. But what does that really matter? Life goes on because we understand what? This is just the internet. This is not real life. And y'all heard the song, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping anyway. Because I'm not going to waste my time getting mad at nobody that don't mean nothing to me. You dig? I'm not doing that. And I'm not going to never, ever, ever, ever take the internet personal. Because once you do that, that means you might be losing your marbles in your head. Other than that, it is what it is. I ain't trying to diss nobody. I just got to speak my piece. This me. Rondell, what up? Always supporting. What up, Queen? If you haven't subscribed, you make sure you go subscribe to Rondell's Unpopular Opinion. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the Juice Show, No Sugarcoat Topics. Me and Juice did an interview a couple of weeks ago. And I also interviewed her on my channel. And I look forward to working with some more people very soon. We got to collaborate know what I'm saying? We got, you know what I'm saying? We got to get this business going. But not only that, we got to put that talent together and we got to make some things happen because the internet is getting boring. Same old, same old. So we got to mix it up a little bit. We got to do something new. And a lot of y'all, and I be seeing in my chat, a lot of y'all be making a lot of good points. So I know a lot of y'all got a lot of sense and a lot of y'all are smart. And y'all all got your own opinion. Even though I don't even always see everybody agreeing all the time. I see y'all conversing back and forth, but y'all have good dialogue, which means everybody got their own brain. That's what I like. Period. Other than that, y'all already know what time it is. We about to get up out. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. Y'all done held me down enough. Also, salute to my boy ABGBK all day, bro. Thanks for always supporting. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Grown Man Talk. Me and P will be back shortly. Right now, P got to handle some business. Y'all already know. Like I told y'all, it's been a long week. But we standing strong out here. And we definitely respect and thanks for all the love, especially for my man P. I love the way y'all been holding him down and showing respect and showing real love. You heard? And some people have tried to use his lowest point to try to come at him, to talk greasy, conspire, and all type of other things. But even the so-called ops has showed my man P love, and I respect that from everybody. Because real gonna do real things. And I respect that. Straight up. Just like I respect all the people that's been speaking the truth all week. Standing up for what's right. Whether we had a back and forth or not. I respect every man that know when it's time to pull up and stand on the square and speak that truth. You speak that truth. I respect all men that do that. All individuals, all women that stand in the light when it's time to stand in the light. I don't respect cowards that want to hide in the dark when it gets to smoking. I don't respect none of that. So I'm going to get everybody they props, you heard? Also, salute the Queen of Attraction, always holding us down, always holding me down from day one. Always. I definitely appreciate y'all, no cap. I don't take none of y'all for granted because y'all don't got to be here. Other than that, it's the 4 Fame Live 103. We did it again. And like I said, if you ain't catch it from the beginning, you spin back. Spin the block, come back, and check the beginning. And with that note, y'all already know I'm about to get up out of here. 1.